over the weekend.
What's opening him?
The man is smiling. He's managing
with your coach.
a vibe smile.
Come.
Anyway, Arsenal. They went to Villa Park. Villa have been doing incredibly well this season.
Why?
Under Unai Emery.
But it didn't start well. It was so horrible when it began. Yeah,
absolutely. But they are picking up.
Yeah.
Under Unai Emery, and he masterminded what was a 4-2 victory. Last minute goal from Buendia completely slammed Arsenal and damned them to defeat. But people before the season began are saying this is Arsenal's year.
Yeah.
And this looks all too familiar. Where Arsenal are top of the table, they keep losing momentum with regards to the points gap, and then they get overtaken. It's now 2 points between they and Man City. And Man City are doing what is necessary game after game.
Pep doesn't want the pressure.
Do you think this is just a minor blip that we should all forget about? And because Arsenal will be back on track, or you feel it would impact the title race?
Because it's supposed to be a minor blip, like you mentioned, but I just sat here. I was just sitting here. It's becoming frequent in my spirit. I sat here last week and made some bold statements that I think Arsenal fans on X did not even understand where I was coming from. I don't know, maybe most of them are Spanish and French people, so we have to translate for them to get it quite well. But what I said here, Kosi, one of the principles in coaching that you can't take away from my books is that when a team is a man down, the opponent should ultra attack and go in all out and get the winning goal and get the win or the maximum 3 points. A man down to Chelsea versus Arsenal game, we rather saw Chelsea trying to attack and get the winning goal. And during that game or before that game, the best team in Europe was Arsenal. So how is it that the best team in Europe, your opponent goes a man down and the approach is defensive? Basic principle in football. I heard a lot of people talking about praising Mikel for double yellow cards, triple yellow cards when he managed the game. If they don't win the league, the first game I'm going back to is the Chelsea-Arsenal game. To ask Mikel, why didn't you go all out and get the 3 points against Chelsea? That Caliafiori chain never made sense to me. Never did, Kosi. I didn't understand why. I said what I saw. People came for me and cooked me very well. Fast forward, Arsenal, Aston Villa. This man, the game's about to end. Subs off Caliafiori. Subs off who again? They say was injured. Trossard. Fair enough for Trossard. Because
Trossard was he subbed a sub.
Yeah, Sub was. They say he was injured. Was he injured?
Yeah, no, he wasn't injured, but he could only play certain minutes.
Why?
So why did he bring in one at the time?
I don't understand why he wasn't.
Because we needed to equalize quickly.
So why didn't he bring Martinelli?
So now we can say that if you did that, then it means you want Martinelli to come and defend too. So the mindset of the coach now is that he's targeting some games for draw and some for the 3 points, which is wrong. When you tell you 1 point is very dangerous in the EPL, go and get all the full 3 points. The Caliafiori subs are not making sense. You brought this guy on against Bayern Munich, he got you the winning assist. So why are you taking him off?
You're on a yellow card.
It doesn't matter. People play with yellow cards and win games for their clubs. Mikel is making the Arsenal fans believe now that he's changing the December mentality again. To what? To now let's get 1 point. It is dangerous. Pep doesn't want him to talk about his team right now because Pep is just slowly lurking around and waiting to pounce. Hype Mikel, hype Mourinho, hype Merino. Don't talk about my team. Now in Pep's press conferences, this is what he's doing. He's taking all the pressure to him because we don't know what will happen if pressure mounts on Ryan Cherky, who is new to the league. So Mikel lost the game for Arsenal again with his subs. Arsenal fans with his subs. Why do you keep taking off Caliafiori and bringing on Skelly whilst Caliafiori on any given attacking day when he overlaps can create something from the left for you? Forget about the yellow card. I will link this to Eze and Odegaard because we sat here and said the same thing before. Why do you keep on repeating this Caliafiori sub and bringing on defensive-minded Skelly? Can't Arsenal fans see the enter you take this boy off, you guys concede, the pressure is on your team now. So I've been vindicated. The Chelsea sub didn't make sense to me. After Chelsea's red card, now again, you take this boy off, make defensive changes, and you got the lose. Got the defeat, sorry. So why does he make this particular change all the time? And make it look like he's going for a draw all the time. Now, Kwasi, to the other issue, Eze versus Odegaard. Eze versus Odegaard. Was it with you or was with maybe Ni Eustace? I think we did a weekend review, and when Eze scored the hat trick, was it Champions League? The hat trick, where I was like, no, now it's clear. Have the balls to bench Odegaard when he's back. When you put Eze on the left wing, expect nothing from him. Because Arsenal, Calafiori on the left at left back, Eze at left wing. Eze won't track back to help that. Even if he does, he won't put anything in his defending. And Arsenal's weakness in defense is Calafiori. That's why always the clients naturally want to come back and help on that channel. So if you put Eze there and don't put Trossard Martinelli there, the guy will be cooked there. People can exploit him. Eze at number 10 helps Merino more, helps Gyökeres more. Odegaard not tafle ball this. Odegaard not tafle ball this. I don't know what he's doing on the ball.
Odegaard against Chelsea, he came in and he was a difference maker.
No, Odegaard will do a lot of nothing. That's the fact, Kosi. A lot of nothing. Good on the ball. Build up, he'll be there. The final delivery, nothing. Eze is playing as number 10. Stick him there. He gave you a hat trick there. Don't be shy. Be bold. Bench Odegaard. Play Eze 10. Your luckiest player is Trossard. Play him or Martinelli. Mikel Arteta, don't mess up this Arsenal title win. And the fans will come for you. So, you know what happened, Kosi? Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal fans came for me. They didn't understand what I was saying. Well, they didn't break it down. You see, I watched.
So before you carry on, breaking news: Slaughter has been speaking.
Yeah.
He said on Salah, he has every right to feel what he feels. But if he has the right to share it with the media, then we have to react. So that's what Slaughter just said. But anyway, carry on. It was just by the way.
So the mindset, in a nutshell, the mindset of the coach in December is, I don't know what he has with December. It's here again. It's here again. I'm seeing him play for draws. What do you want the draw for? You're not a draws. Play and win. Because this league, won't compete. Nobody's competing with you. Give the gap. Now, Pep is coming slowly for you. So, Kosi, the Eze left wing, it won't work. I don't feel like I should be happy about it now. I want to stress on it again. I have said it on my socials. I've said it here as Sporty. Stop playing Eze as a left winger. He can play there. Play him against Wolves and Co. That one. But in high profile games, Martinelli and Trossard, they are your best on the left wing. And they will come and help Calafiori defensively. Odegaard can come from the bench. Nothing is wrong with him coming from the bench. Odegaard is not giving us now good numbers. That is the problem. And Eze at number 10 understands the rules so well. On the ball is dangerous, finds natural spaces, gives progressive passes. He's knowing how to score from the central areas, and he's complementing Merino and Gyökeres well as compared to you, Odegaard. Arsenal fans love Odegaard, we know. But those who have seen the bigger picture, they're telling you that bring Eze to number 10 and stick him there. So if anything goes bad, the first blame should go to Mikel. For attempting to go into games to get draws rather than win the games, i.e. the Chelsea game and this game at Aston Villa. Stop sabbing Calafiori. Stop that. If you know that he can't play full 90 minutes, then change the structure to suit Skelly. Because anytime you take off Calafiori, there's pressure mounting on Arsenal now. I don't know why, but that boy is becoming as equally important as Timber. Because Kelly, you guys have trained him to become more defensive minded than always an inverter. So there's a problem, and I'll blame the Aston Villa defeat to Mikel Arteta.
Elikem, you're an Arsenal fan, so you have both an analytical and a sentimental view on this particular topic. 2 points behind Man City. First of all, does that scare you?
No.
Doesn't it feel like deja vu?
Not at all.
Absolutely.
I'm very calm.
You're very calm.
Yeah, I'll be scared if City sort out their major issue this season, which is their away form. That is what is holding City back. City's away from us.
So if City goes and wins their next 5 away games,
then I'll be scared. If City win their next away game at Selhurst Park, which is very likely because Crystal Palace this season have been suffering from hangover from the Champions League games. From the Conference League games, whenever they play the Conference League, I don't know if that's what affects them because I watched them against United the last time after they played the Conference League, and it was not good at all. So maybe if they win against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, and they begin to build momentum, and they begin to show an upturn in performances in their away games, then I'll be worried because I feel when you look at City this season, home the team they've taken the most points away. They've taken the most points at home. They've lost only one game and won the rest. Away from home, they've won only 10 points out of a possible 21. So that is where the issue is. They've dropped a lot of points away from home. And when you watch those games, their performances have been nothing to write home about. Arsenal, on the other hand, used to be consistent both home and away till the last 3 away games. So it's like...
And what do you think is the cause for that sudden inconsistency? Is it the coach's approach to the games? Is it players not applying themselves? What do you think the issue is?
It's a combination of things that have built up to this point. The first is the injuries. Look, I keep saying injuries and people say I'm making excuses. But if we all agree Gabriel and Saliba are the top 5, are 2 of the top 3 or top 4 defenders in the Premier League, then you should also understand that any team that loses both at the same time for a run of 5 games in 14 days is going to struggle. I think we can all agree on that.
Because the injuries, I thought this team we said it was not going to get.
Yeah, but you see, the injuries don't happen at once. It's a compilation.
How many are out?
There was a point where 5 attacking players were out.
For us now, 5.
For us now, they weathered it down. That's when they went through that crazy October run, and then won 10 games in a row, conceded 0, because their defense was keeping them in. Now, as soon as the attacking players start coming back, you lose Gabriel, your best defender. The next week, you lose Saliba. Now you say, okay, we've bought well in the summer. Mosquera and Hincapié, they can play. They are beginning to develop a sort of understanding because they've never played together. Yeah. They played 2 games together. You can see at the start of a Brentford game that they are beginning to understand each other. The communication is coming back. Then Mosquera gets injured for 6 weeks. Any team will struggle. Now you have to move Timber, who is your most consistent player at right back, to centre back.
Why doesn't he move Benjamin White?
You see,
rather into centre back, because he's more suited at centre back.
Yeah, the thing is that from me putting myself in Mikel Arteta's shoes, you play Ben White at right back versus Brentford. He wins the man of the match. He produces an outstanding performance. Now Timber comes in at centre back after Mosquera's injury, also plays well. So you want to keep that continuity because look.
But let's look at the player profiles.
One thing. Let me say something. One thing I always say is this: every Premier League team I've seen do well, there's one underlying factor, and there's one thing that steers them on: having a consistent back four. Whenever a coach comes to a club and he figures out his back four, then you start to see some level of consistency. You look back at Chelsea, you look back at Ten Hag at United. At first he was struggling. But when he figured out his consistent back four of Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, I think it was Luke Shaw and Varane centre back. Right back was Wan-Bissaka, and left back was shuffling between Dalot, Lisandro Martinez. I think there was, I've forgotten the other players. When he figured that out, they went on a run, and that's the season they finished 3rd in the league. When Maresca came, that run Chelsea had from October to November last season, it was because he figured out his back four. Arteta began to get a grasp of this Arsenal team when he figured out his consistent back four. And since then, if you watch the 2 seasons Arsenal contested City for the title closely, every player in that back four played more than 30 games. Now, when that begins to be disrupted, you see signs. So when I speak about injuries, I'm not making excuses. I'm analyzing an issue that has been occurring. And you can prepare for them. Look, Arsenal prepared for the injuries this season very well. They brought in Hincapié, they brought in Mosquera two very good solid backups for Saliba and Gabriel. Then one goes injured again. As now, Arsenal have only 4 fit defenders. After having 9 defenders to start the season, they have only 4 fit defenders now. It's crazy, and it is going to, and you see, this is bound to affect everything. For me, I'm surprised it took this long before Arsenal lost the game. I'm very surprised because that's why I say I cannot. It's very difficult to speak bad about this team or to go hard on them because this team has been grinding and has been digging deep. Even the game against Aston Villa, I felt Arsenal were poor. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Arsenal deserved to win that game. If Arsenal had won that game, it would have been a lucky win.
But sometimes you need
because Villa was all over Arsenal. And I just spoke about the Calafiori change. Look, I can agree with him regarding in the Chelsea game because Luis Kelly came on and he got a yellow card, so that was negated. But in this game, Calafiori had to be substituted. He was very poor defensively. It's the poorest I've seen him defensively this season. Villa were just having a field day on the left-hand side. Rogers, whoever it was, Matikas, whoever it was.
John McGinn.
Yeah, it's not your best center back.
But even if you look at analyze the goal Arsenal conceded.
Yes, all 2 goals came from the left-hand side.
The closest man to Matikas was Ebere Chieze.
Yeah, and I'm coming to that point.
He was at sea.
And I'm coming to that point. If Mikel Arteta made a mistake in the Arsenal Villa game, it was his left-hand side.
Exactly.
There's no way
on the left.
Look,
and that was one.
For me, he should have benched both Calafiori and Eze. They shouldn't have played the game at all because it is very clear Calafiori was tired. At the end of the game, I saw him limping, meaning I'm sure he's picked up a knock or an injury. And it showed because you could see from the 60th minute going that this guy's legs were gone. So if I was Arteta, I would have started Martinelli on the left and played Luis Kelly. Because I know for a fact, Martinelli has the energy to be tracking back and then running and then going up front to give you the threat in transition. So that was if I could point to a mistake Mikel Arteta made that game, put Eze and Calafiori on the bench. If you go into second half with 30 minutes to go and you need game changers, then you bring them on like you brought Trossard on. So for me, I felt how Martinelli and Luis Kelly started the game, it would have been a difference maker because these 2 players would have given you those that much work rate on the left-hand side to cover up for the threat Villa had going forward. Because let's not forget, you had no Gabriel as centre back to be sweeping up and mopping up for Calafiori when he bombs forward. Hincapié, as good as he was, is still finding his feet in this team. So I felt if Arteta got something wrong, it was the left-hand side dynamics. Eze should have been on the bench, come on later in the game for Odegaard to change the game. Because Odegaard, for all his criticism, delivered the man of the match performance. He won the man of the match for the game. You understand? So I felt Arteta got the left-hand side wrong. But this loss has been coming. Because you can see these guys have been they've been grinding and digging. See, they left the last drop of their blood on the pitch. So and that's why the loss hurts them more. Because if you watch the game very well, Villa had they had better chances to score and didn't. On that particular play, the one play this team defended well, they blocked 3 shots before the ball fell to Buendia and scored. And you could see the reaction of the team after the goal went in. It was like, damn. See, to concede last minute winner is one of the most painful things in the world.
Heartbreaking.
Like, see, I just went down on my knees and I was like, damn.
You felt it.
Like, I felt it. Look, if any of the listeners are listeners, go and watch Hincapié's reaction to the goal. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me. Like, I saw it. I was just deflated. And I just hope going forward certain players return from injury because that is the only way. That is the only way this gets solved. As soon as if you get Gabriel and Saliba back, everything is back to normal.
So let's hope that everything comes back to normal for Arsenal. Read the King Adjor. Xabi Alonso.
I'm not happy.
Xavi Alonso.
Yeah, man.
Xabi Alonso.
That's my coach.
he's having a very torrid time at Real Madrid. And for a lot of people, they feel maybe the job came too early. For a lot of people as well, they feel that, listen, he's lost he can't control the egos in the dressing room. They point back to that Vinicius Junior issue, etc. And now they're having rumors flying around that he might get fired. He compounded a lot of those after that loss to Celta Vigo. First of all, what is the issue at Madrid with Xabi Alonso?
The issue is that reliable reports, if he doesn't win against Man City, he'll be fired. I don't think it's the best. I think he's a very, very good coach. If you can go unbeaten in Germany, because you have his tactical instructions and variations, it means you are that good to coach and coach players who are ready to listen and grab what instructions. But, Kosi, then again, you see, when you are able to identify problems easily as a football talker or a pundit, it makes analysis so easy. You have to just repeat what you said from the beginning of the scene when you saw the problem coming. And after the Clasico, I think we established the fact that Vini was awful with that action against the coach, his teammates, the owner, and the fans of Madrid. Now, first thing, Alonso does not want to coach or does not want to play or does not want to train Vinicius and Rodrigo. One must go. It is up to Perez to understand Alonso and just make sure that Vini or Rodrigo one leave the club in January. Alonso wants to coach players who are open to coaching. Vini is not ready to be coached. He showed the coach that at the club World Cup, maybe you can coach me. We saw him shouting, Vini press, and Vini was pressing as number 9. So he's not ready to coach any of these boys. Not because he cannot coach them, but because these two players, maybe not Rodrigo, but most of Madrid players now have to adapt to how to get used to a coach with tactical variations. And Madrid fans, if you listen to me, I'm going to show you guys your biggest issue as a club. I've said this so many times here on the different platforms too. Alonso is tactical genius. He has variations. He has systems. He's pragmatic. He can tweak his style and expect that Madrid players will understand and carry like 5 or 3 instructions and move with it. Of course, like for example, when you go to Arsenal, can Timber soak in like 3 instructions and do it for Mikel Arteta? Can he, yes or no?
Oh, he can.
He can. Kosi, let's go to Madrid. Give me Valverde. Give me Vinicius Junior. Give me Tchouaméni. Can they carry 3 instructions at a go and do a job for a coach? No, they can't. That has been the biggest problem.
But they play for one of the biggest clubs in the world. It shows that they're quality players.
Yes.
And quality players, I mean,
and they've not been coached. They only go to the national team and get that coaching. Some of them, not even most of them. So if you watch most Madrid players go to the national team and they don't really perform. Look at the Brazilians. Apart from Mbappe, give me one Brazilian, maybe Valverde. Give me one Real Madrid player that goes to the club currently and performs. Most of them don't perform. So the Madrid players, when the coach comes, they willingly want to support the coach, help the coach. But because they don't use tactical variations, tactical instructions, different systems, they are struggling. That is the biggest problem. And this coach, right from the onset, made it clear to them that we are going to be pragmatic and evolve in tactics and approaches. And most of them, especially Valverde, is struggling to adapt. And the coach wants his players. So that's where Perez comes in. To me, I always say that he's becoming the biggest problem at the football club. He has to start acting fast. Get rid of Rodrigo or Vinicius. Bring the coach a winger who can track back, can attack, can help adapt to this coach's instructions. You see, we have instructions in football. We have tactical. They are different. Mikel can give Timber 5 instructions, and because he's intelligent or he knows how to do it, he will carry out all into details. Cucurella invert, he will invert. Overlap, underlap, he will do that. How many Madrid players can combine 2 or 3 tactical instructions and move with it? Most of them can't because they had Zidane, they had Don Carlo for years. They are all top man managers. They'll manage the game well, they'll manage you well, but in terms of tactical variations, they were not doing that for them. So if you've brought in a coach like that, you have to bring in the materials that he can use to play the system. So I'm not going to fault Alonso for what's happening at Madrid. That's become an Mbappe team. Mbappe is scoring and thinking about the golden boot again. But he has to be a team player. They have to play as a team to go there. My only issue with Xavi Alonso, and a big one, is how he's treating the Garcia, the young guy called Garcia.
The striker.
Yes. That means everything the way that the club walk up
was not.
Exactly.
And he's a good. Anyway, let me move to Elikem as well. Because we are inching towards that Manchester United Wolves game.
Yeah.
We'll be walking you through that right here on Sporty FM. Lineups are out. Wolves have Johnston in post, Totti, Agbadu, and Mosquera, not the Arsenal one, in the back three. They've got Wolf, Krejci, Andre Bellegarde, and Hoover, Kijana Hoover, who's playing a right wing back. And they've got Arias and Larsen up front. For Man U, they've got Sam Labence in post, Aiden Heaven, Mazraoui, and Luke Shaw in the back three. Diallo, Casemiro, Fernandes, and Dalot splatter across the midfield. And Buemo and Cunha returns home to the Molineux, and Mason Mount are the front three. But Elikem, so what's the solution to this problem? Is it sacking Xabi Alonso? Is it retooling the mindset of the club? What is the solution?
No, I don't think any other coach will fix what is going on at Madrid. Madrid need defenders. They need defenders who love to defend. That's the thing. The ones they have who love to defend are either past it or they are aged. Rudiger and Eder Militao.
That's injured again.
Eder Militao cannot stay
6
fit.
to 8 weeks.
Yeah. You see, you need defenders like that. People who love defending. These two guys are the only players of that kind you have. And they all have issues. Rudiger is old and past it. Eder Militao cannot stay fit to save his life. The defensive reinforcement Madrid made: Carreras, Trent, and Heaven. Trent and Huysen. Did Huysen is injured. He's not really stamped his authority on this Madrid team. Trent, he's been in and out of the team. He's injured as we speak. So you see, the defensive reinforcement have not had the needed impact to sort out the issues Madrid have. And I feel in the January transfer window, they need to go hard for a defender. They need to sort out the defense, because from the midfield upwards, if you give your midfielders and your attack, this current attack and midfield Madrid have, if you give them the assurance that everything is okay behind them, they will go for it and
so
put up a good attack in this place.
Was it a waste of money? 15 million.
It wasn't a waste of money. Eventually he'll come good, but they need more.
Carreras, they are playing him as centre back now.
I think as a left back he's good. As a left back he's good, and he's had a good start to life at Madrid. But they need more. They need more in centre back.
Because they played him as centre back over the weekend.
Yes, because that feeds my point, because they played him as centre back because they have Dean Huysen injured, and they cannot trust Rudiger at this point. So you see, I keep saying this. They need reinforcements in defense, and in January they should go and get that done. If they get in 2 defenders, I do think they would have weathered it a little bit. Then in the summer, they look at replacing Eder Militao and Antonio Rudiger.
We're hearing they're looking at the likes of Dayo Upamecano. Would he fix their problems?
They should go for Maguire. He's free. He's going to be available to speak to clubs. If they want it that bad, they can pay the 30 million Palace are asking for in January.
So maybe they should usurp Liverpool's grip and go for
Maguire will do a job at this Madrid team. You do a job in this Madrid team.